It's been a couple of months since I consumed some Indian content, but thanks to my
Priyatama, Dilruba, Mehbooba,
who brought me back to my hometown and suggested me this recently released Netflix show, of which I'm going to be talking in this video, in this episode. So, with her commands received, without wasting any more time, let's roll the intro, if I made one. Before we just get started to talk about the film, let's get this clear. Whatever I'm going to say in this video is just my opinion about what my interpretation is regarding the film, whether you take it as a strict constructive criticism or even just my intention to spread hatred towards the film or towards anyone who is involved in the making of the film, which is not true. So with that being said, so what I observed while watching the film, or even after wrapping my head around about the film, has concluded that this is just another Netflix presentation showcasing a worldview of an unhealthy mind. And there is an explanation. Let me get to the point. At the first glance, you may think that nearly every problem with writer-director Anvita Dutt's previous work Bulbbul could be felt here. Seems like they just only prioritize the worst aspect of their previous work. Okay, let's not talk much about their previous work. Let's drag our attention only to this movie. It's a film that romanticizes female suffering, not even presenting it as a horrible truth of patriarchal society, but as a rite of a passage instead. Speaking of the eponymous protagonist, Qala, a mentally ill musician who eventually murders an innocent boy, all by her inner forces of sustained display of jealousy. And yet, the movie portrays her as a tragic heroine.
हलवा है क्या?
It not only undermines her struggle, but also reduces the story from a real historical figure to basically a plot device. The film is essentially a series of distraction tactics. Immaculate frames, pretty faces in those immaculate frames, and grand music surrounding those immaculate frames with pretty peoples in them. Your attention is constantly directed towards Qala's lush cinematography and soundscapes, and not towards the characters. They are supposed to serve meaning to the story. But even there are problems with the technical aspect of the film. Just like we could take example of this scene, where, I don't know, maybe for some technical blunder, the nearby flash is lighting up both the protagonist and the bridge in the background. It somehow looks pretty, but it's self-defeating. But as the greatest cinematographer Sunny said, a beautiful cinematography isn't the same thing as a good cinematography. It's understandable and partly relevant to a group of audience that only watches Marvel movies and spectacly giant like Kantara to not know the difference. But it's annoying, especially when filmmakers appears to be confused by this as well. Only the visual can't tell a story. Sometimes even the most ugliest frames of the film are the most evocative. But Anvita madam tends to direct into a tablet. It's like as if she wants every frame of her film to be paused and admired and then to be used as a wallpaper. Both Bulbbul and Qala, even though having women in the lead, not only centered the men but make the abuse of women a breathtakingly beautiful to look at. As I said, unhealthy mind. When you peel away the outer layer of the film, it becomes more clear that Dutt doesn't think much of her audience. Her observations about feminism are tired at best and counterproductive at worst. In Bulbbul, she presented a titular character's transformation to a man-eating witch as a plot twist, even though it was obvious from the very beginning that she was at the higher order in suspension. And in Qala, the death of Babil Khan's character by slow poisoning is also designed as a massive reveal, despite the film having telegraphed this plot device ages ago. And then there are obvious acts of plagiarism, which for some reason Anvita Dutt makes more conspicuous by squeezing into one serial sequence. Yeah, it's the one that reminded people who watched the trailer of Adam Darnofsky's similarly themed modern masterpiece, the one and only Black Swan. Distracted by visuals, you might not have noticed that the background music in this scene has been straight up lifted from another Netflix title, David Fincher's Mindhunter. Okay, that was it for this video. Thanks for watching it till the end. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, then hit that like button. Subscribe this channel for more similar content or for the kind of content you want to see in the near future. Just comment down your thoughts and opinions and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hello. Hello guys. It has been a couple of months since I consumed. Okay, I'm getting blurred out.